Hello and welcome everybody to join Dota League season number 3, some early morning Dota if you're European, as it's gonna be the Asian division, Immunity versus Mineski in a 2-game series as the admin finally loads himself in as well. We are of course HeflaTV, I am Coacher, and today I am joined by the long lost Mito.
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's great to be back, finally casting in English once again. I have delved into the Chinese streams for quite a while by now, and wow, I'm definitely trying to maintain my English, so it's great to be back.
So, coming into this game, Immunity, they are pretty much the strongest Australian team out there, by far, to be honest as well, I have to say. Mineski, in the Southeast Asian scene, they have had ups and downs. Of course, usually they are facing some ping issues and whatnot, thanks to their internet. But they did beat Titan, I think, a week and a half ago, 2-1 in the best of 3 series. So it wasn't like just a stroke of luck in a best of 1 or anything. So
Indeed.
maybe the recent additions just have helped them out. But coming into the ban, so far, just everything standard.
Yep, the last time I saw Mineski was actually a couple of days ago. I was casting their games in the Gigabyte Mushi Challenge, and holy crap, every single team that played against Mushi's team got crushed. That was the only way to put it. The first 10 minutes were always fairly even, but as you go past the laning phase, boom, all of a sudden, everything just falls apart. And today, I'm looking at pretty much the brand new Mineski once again. And just to keep up with the names, the ... is, I believe, Jhoven.
Yeah.
They changed the names again. It's getting ridiculously difficult.
How is it pronounced? Is it Jhoven or is it Choven or?
I have no idea.
I don't either, but I mean, let's just put him as Joven or Jhoven, however you want to go for it. So at least
That's
they
good.
are tagged up still for the most part, especially Immunity as well. It's just so nice to look at, just the names neatly lined up.
Yeah, those are some very straightforward names, and in fact, for me at the very least, very familiar names, since I used to live in Australia as well for around 5 years. So, man, it's good to see some guys I used to watch. Yeah.
But now the bans finally actually end. The bans took a lot longer than they usually do. Usually the first bans, maybe even picks, just go by with lightning speed, but Death Prophet and Faceless Void taken out by Mineski, whereas Lycan and the Brewmaster by Immunity. But Mineski, they get their hands on a Razor, so Immunity, how do they respond? The Shadow Shaman is available, as is the Skyriff Mage, possibly a Viper even.
Oh man, there are so many different bans. I'm surprised even Doom is let out, and I have not seen Immunity play in a very long time, so I'd be interested to see what they whip up this time.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw Immunity, or I casted Immunity, I think, in this league once before, in this season that is. But just casting them once isn't enough to make a lasting impression unless something super crazy goes down, since I'm casting so many games through different divisions, different leagues. So, I'm just gonna actually check out the standings right now, how each team is doing. Immunity, they
Wow.
actually tied up the last series they played in. And Mineski, this is... Actually, they are 2-0 so far. So, looking good. But
Wow.
Ember Spirit, yeah.
This is extremely surprising, noting that they took Ember Spirit first, when both the Doombringer as well as the Skyrath Mage are both in the pool. And surprisingly, they go untouched, but I'm pretty sure Immunity would be looking to ban out at least one of those heroes in the second ban phase.
Yeah, it would make sense at the very least. But at the moment, man, this start from Immunity... I guess Ember Spirit is a hero that can get close enough to just make people shatter. Global Ice Blast, suddenly Ember comes in with a Fire Remnant, Searing Change, Flame Guard to just boost up the damage even more. And
Oh man.
to be honest, just the Sleight of Fist, Searing Change combination with the Ice Blast follow-up is enough poke to just kill off the supports mostly even.
Indeed, so far, at least to say the least, Shadow Shaman is somewhat of a frail support. And like you mentioned, Ember Spirit plus Ancient Apparition, holy crap, the global support, I'm looking forward to it. Like, it's going to be spectacular if it does work out.
Yeah, it most likely will, and... Well, we are now in the secondary ban phase. The Viper was taken out by Mineski, just such a standard hero to go for. I mean, I usually like having a Razor or a Viper on your team, not because I am a fan of those heroes, but they are heroes that build mech for their team more often than not. It's just so good if you have a hero that goes for that early mech. Of course, against Ancient Apparition, you might maybe prioritize the pipe over the mech. But Viper can also just go for pipe straight out, although then Mineski maybe could have gone for it themselves. But they have other plans in mind, and Doom finally gets banned.
Wow, indeed. And I have confirmation from the Twitch chat. It is going to be Joven with a silent H. And Immunity, I always remember Godot plays a pretty sick Chen. And do you think this will be one of those games where we might see, say, Ancient Apparition with Chen duel? It's not the best dual roaming combination, but it does offer quite a bit of the push they lack.
Oh man, I haven't seen... I don't really remember when I last saw a Chen. I have seen some Enchantresses every now and then, but the Chen... It feels like it's been at least 2 months by now, almost already. So, I would be kind of happy to see it. Although I think they're probably going to go for something else. Something like an Earthshaker is possible for them, of course, now.
Oh man, Earthshaker, that'd be a sight to see. As of late, though, from the games I've casted in Chinese, at least what's become apparent to me has every team seems to want to run Earthshaker as the carry, but it has never worked out so far. Like maybe if it goes mid solo, I've seen that work out fairly decently a couple of times, but never when it was a carry. Like we see Earthshaker 20 minutes. Like so many times we've seen him at 20-minute mark. He has a arcane boots, and that's it. And that pretty much just turns the hero into support.
Yeah, actually, I did see a carry Earthshaker that did win the game. He didn't do too much by himself. Yes, he helped out a little bit, but the rest of his team was just completely rampaging anyway. But it was actually Miracle playing a carry Earthshaker. So
Oh wow.
I was like, oh man, this is gonna be so sick. But pretty much, he jumped in, got like one stun, one right click off, and then got Warlock ultimated on his head every time and died.
Oh, I actually remember that game, but it was
I think
fairly
it was
one-sided, right? If I
yeah, it
recall
was
correctly.
pretty much just the entire team was just raping the enemy pretty much there.
But that's the point. My point right there. It has not been a game-deciding hero, at least not since I've seen Liquid Koi use it.
Yeah, man,
Every
they
other game
wrecked
where people
Fnatic,
try to
man. It was a
replicate.
sad day. It was a sad day.
It definitely was for the Fnatic fans, and which we both are apparently. Immunity though, going to the fourth pick, they have banned out the Tinker and picked up a Nature's Prophet of their own. With the fourth pick, what are some of the heroes that can work? From the first 3 picks so far, they are somewhat fragile as well, and it'd be kind of nice if they can pick up a little bit more of a tanky hero. Maybe I don't know what will actually work right now.
Yeah, it's so hard for them to go for too much of anything. If they want to, they could, in theory, go for a Tidehunter off lane, have the Nature Prophet mid lane, and Ember Spirit farm up safe lane. Although I do believe, as most teams tend to run it, it's going to be Nature Prophet off lane and Ember. I guess he can actually be safe lane here. I mean, if it's up against the Razor mid lane, I don't think Ember really wants to go into that matchup.
That's a problem.
Oh, I just
Wait.
lost you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, you're back now. Just dropped
Yep.
for a second
Well-
or two.
Well, I'll get right back into what I was saying. But Razor as a hero, if that's a potential, like that's his versatility right there. Because if you look at it, if you see your opponent has a weak tri lane, you can always throw the Razor in a tri lane. Razor can do safe lane solo, can be mid, can be in an aggro tri. So in any sense, it really comes down to how immunity draft. And I think that's going to define the position of this Razor in particular.
Oh man, it can definitely be so. But immunity, picking up the Earthshaker like we discussed as well. To be honest, with the Earthshaker, I have seen that combo, the Ancient Apparition Earthshaker. It's so deadly in itself. Long range Fissure into Ice Blast, but now they also have the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains, plus the Wrath of Nature to bounce around, or if not the Wrath of Nature, the Nature Prophet just TPing in there himself. Just having actually a pretty mobile lineup with the Nature Prophet and Ember Spirit being able to assist the global Ice Blasts. But Mineski, man, the Skyrive Mage, Hoofstomp from Centaur, plenty of setup for the Mystic Flare, as is the Shackles, possibly even Hex from the Shadow Shaman, and Ancient Seal boosting up the Centaur Warrunner's double edge, man. It can be so painful. And of course, Skyrive Mage, all in all, is pretty good against Ember Spirit.
Yeah, indeed. Right now, Mineski, the burst is going through the roof with a Skywrath Mage plus a Centaur Warrunner. Immunity here. Do you think they can potentially, if at all possible, go for an Invoker so that they have a lot more split pushing going on? Or should they look for something that can actually stand in the midst of the fight and, handle soak up all the damage?
Well, I'm not too sure if any of the heroes can soak up all the damage unless you are just extremely farmed by that point. Of course, there are some just factors that immunity has that can maybe stop the teamfight, but no, they're gonna go for push. They are extremely squishy now, although Gigabyte, or Mineski that is, if they don't get a early enough start, a good start, get the fast blink tears on center for example, they actually don't have the best jump at all to try to fight when immunity is going for a push. And of course Netherward against Skywrath Mage, man, he has to be so careful of that.
Yeah, I was just laughing as soon as I saw the puck now. I was like, oh man, Skywrath Mage and Shadow Shaman, your lives are gonna be miserable. And so I'm guessing immunity, this is actually a brilliant pickup. Not only does it counter two of the supports, but they actually lacked a mech carrier. And if Pugna can be the one that gets the 10-minute mech, say with the Arcane Boots, and then Nature's Prophet can start up with some Necro Books, that's actually a very nice pushing lineup. And none of the heroes will be that easy to kill once the mech is online. And the Earthshaker is always going to protect the Pugna or whoever's going to be in the front lines, because as soon as you see a Centaur jump in, you're going to go for that Fissure. And that might just buy enough time for a teammate to run away.
Yeah, it is pretty good pick indeed, I have to agree with you there. Plus, of course, this makes it way more sensible, just panning out the Tinker here. I mean, when they went for Nature Prophet, Tinker is already good against that, of course. But now with the Pagana as well, they definitely don't want to face any form of just massive counter push. And Mineski, oh man, what do they go for now? Razor can still fill the Trilane role. They could just as easily go for an aggressive Trilane, Shadow Shaman, Skywrath, Razor. Just pick up a new mid laner. But, whoa, wait, Storm Spirit, that's... I guess there aren't too many stuns on immunity, so he might get away with this.
Oh man, Storm Spirit, I'm loving it. So many fragile heroes with only one good saving ability, which is the Fissure. Oh dear god. So it's going to be the Ember Spirit versus the Storm Spirit. Who's going to come out on top?
I think... I'm saying Storm Spirit.
I love Mineski's lineup a lot more, I have to say. It's just the amount of burst that can happen. And they have the mech carrier, Razor. They have the pushing from Shadow Shaman. They have the defensive capabilities. Well, Razor, Shadow Shaman, two of your good guys. And then they have Storm Spirit, which counters a lot of the heroes on Team Immunity, if he ever gets a fast Orchid.
Yeah, I think Storm Spirit was a pretty good way to finish up the lineup for them. So... Immunity, if they get their push rolling, it might be hard for Mineski to stop it unless they just have the level 6 or a Blink Dagger on center from before, just to use the Stampede to get close. Although, even without that now, Storm Spirit can also just jump in. I still think a lot of will have to do with how good Mineski will fare is Shadow Shaman and Skywrath Mage. How fast can they get their level 6?
Oh man, there's actually oh wow, there's something wrong with my in-game audio settings. But... well, I'll try to just leave it at this. Something else I wanted to bring up, though, is... what is it that I'm looking for? I can't quite remember right now, but do you think this would be a good time to introduce the players?
I guess we can go over it anyway, since it is paused. I guess I'll just go over Mineski then. As Joven will be playing up on the Razor, leaving Chaco on the Storm Spirit, NMA to play the Centaur, with Jesse Wash on a Shadow Shaman, and the last one for them will be Play Hard, picking up a Skywrath Mage.
Alright, real quick, on the side of Immunity, we have Godot playing as the Nature's Prophet. Risk, he's gonna be on the Ancient Apparition. Balls, haha, gotta love that name. Balls gonna be playing as the Ember Spirit, and then we're gonna have Slicks gonna be on the Pugna, and finally we have Shatan gonna be playing as the Earth Spirit. Oops, Earthshaker. There's too many spirits in the game already.
Spirits, yes. Need a third one as well. But...
indeed.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Cheshivash used to be the offlaner for them, for Mineski, right?
The couple of times I've seen him play these days, he's been on a support role. And in this game, that seems to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, just goes to show I haven't casted Mineski for a really long time. I think like TI4 qualifiers was almost the last time I saw them.
And speaking of Mineski, oh man, I really miss Jay. I think he was a great, phenomenal player. And from the couple of times that I've seen him getting interviewed, he's such a humble guy, like huge respect. And from the times I've seen him in pub games, his Tinker was amazing. It blew my mind.
Yeah, oh I can't remember what hero it was. He completely wrecked mid lane once. It was an unconventional mid lane hero, but he just made it work. I have no clue what it was. I just know that Jay, he was a little bit of hit and miss, in a sense.
Hmm.
Sometimes he just completely carried his team, and sometimes he just kind of fed or did nothing. But I guess that can also be attributed to how the rest of your team is doing. Can they just help out the mid laner if need be and whatnot?
I actually have a question in this game. Is this the Singapore server or is it the Australian server? I'm guessing it's the Singapore server, right?
I would think so. I actually didn't check it, but
Oh no.
I want to say
There's
so.
gonna be some delay. This might be a little bit harder on heroes like Earthshaker as well as Ember Spirit. I mean, that's one of the downside of playing in Australia. Like anywhere, any tournament you play outside of Australia, well, it's gonna suck for you. Unless
Well,
you're in Perth.
well, I mean, looking at the pings, definitely Immunity has a higher ping, around 200 for all of them, 190 or so.
Ouch. That's gonna be a very tough Earthshaker. So I guess some of the things that we've been doing in like the Chinese stream has been like, oh, looking at the fishers, because a lot of them, not talking about team immunity, but like in general, the fishers have been really, really awkward. It's like, oh, it's gonna be 100% guaranteed kill, and then boom, Fisher, wrong side, dude. And
Yeah,
then, yeah.
I mean, definitely a hero that... Actually, Ember Spirit as well, just getting a slight of his searing change combination. It gets a lot harder when you actually have to deal with ping at the same time. Maybe will even be just a clutch Ice Blast missing by a little bit or whatnot. So, we'll see how well they can fare with this. And for the second game, hopefully I will just remember to watch out what server they are gonna play in 100%.
Yep, and down at bottom, we have Balls up against NMA. Well, that's a little hard to pronounce, but Balls is chasing the Centaur Warrunner out of the zone.
Yeah.
Don't want to give him any chance to get the rune.
And there's still 30 seconds left. I mean, it's the pause made it feel like the start of this game is taking so damn long. But how well do you think, or which offlaner do you think will do better in this game?
I have to favor the Fury on Nature's Prophet a little bit more, because he can always pull the creep wave with the Treants, and he can, you know, he can always go back to the jungle, whereas Centaur has a little bit of a harder time. Sure, he can jungle as well, but the efficiency is not as good as the Nature's Prophet. And with this triple lockdown, there are potentials for immunity to easily kill the Centaur at the early stages.
Yeah, just the Fisher is such a sick ability against offlaners. And actually, Batrider has kind of risen once again from the ashes almost. A lot of teams like to pick it up. And the good thing about him is that if there is an Earthshaker, you can just fly over the Fisher if need be. But Centaur,
Yep.
man, there's no way for him to just go around other than try to walk or run. And he started with the Stout Shield as well, rather than going for the boost of speed. So if he gets blocked, I guess if he gets blocked, he's screwed anyway, so...
Oh, that's true. The Stout Shield might just buy him a little bit more time. And here we have at top, Play Hard on the Skywrath Mage. He got a haste rune, and this might just end the creep pulling.
Yeah, it's... Actually, no, another set of treants just gonna come in. Was a nice try by Play Hard. Haste rune definitely will help out, but the treants, I think the two of them are tanky enough. And it's gonna be double creep wave, reaching the tower. Yes, the tower will probably take some damage as well, but... I think Nature Prophet, he's gonna take any XP he can get, and once he hits level 2, if things are really bad on his top lane, he can always just go into the jungle, and that's really one of the biggest strengths of a Nature Prophet, I think, just being able to be versatile, just catch up even though the off lane is completely horrible.
Yep, and looking at the mid lane, the fight between the Pugna and the Razor, who do you think has the upper hand in this matchup?
Well, Pugna versus Razor, I guess Pugna actually is going so aggressive at the moment. Decrep into Nether Blast, only level 2. I mean, I would think that Razor can farm up reasonably well, to be honest, but...
Oh man. And we gotta take a look at the top lane, check out what's happening right now. Mineski is already going for a very... Oh wow, we missed the first blood.
Yeah, it's... Take a look at the top lane!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Because that's
I
what it
completely
looked like.
missed it as well. I guess just NMA was completely out of position. Actually risked TPing top lane as well. I guess the double creep wave wasn't the best idea from Godot like that. He's trying to TP under the tower though. He's baiting it out. jDL3. He's so low as well. He's so goddamn slow. Will the right clicks be enough to slow onto Godot? And actually they can't make up their mind who to go for. Shatan is there as well. Doesn't have enough mana for a Fisher. Oh man. Would have been such an easy kill. They might still go for it. He has it now. Fisher comes out. A few right clicks. jDL3. Is he going to go down for the second kill of the game? Yes he is. So Immunity off to an extremely good start. And Shatan, if only he had that mana a little bit sooner, it could have been a potential 2 kills if not more even.
Oh man, if he had the mana for the Fisher, he had the potential to shut in all 3 players under the tier 1 tower, but unlucky for him, there was just... he was just a few mana short. But at the same time, this leaves Centaur down at bottom unchecked. He's getting some pretty good levels in XP, hitting already level 3.
Yeah, that's actually always the trade-off you have to make kind of. When your supports rotate, the enemy offlaner will feel just that much safer all of a sudden. And Ember Spirit, yes, with the Flame Guard and Searing Chains, he can be annoying, but Centaur, one hoof stomp and he should be able to just run away pretty easily.
Yep, and mid, Slicks on the Pugna, he's having a great time up against the Razor. Like, he doesn't even care. It's like, you can steal my damage, but I'm gonna blast you into probably the other world.
Yeah, and actually the decrep is a pretty nice way of just outrunning the static link as well if need be. Just decrep up the Razor and run away. Unless, of course, there's unstable current now on Razor, so you're gonna purge yourself at the same time, so it will kind of counteract itself, I guess.
Yep, and now we have a Skarath Mage sitting at mid. Is he gonna be joining the Razor to go for a kill on the Pugna? I find it really hot. Oh my god, look at what the Razor's doing. Jacko, he is stealing damage from the illusion runes.
Yeah, but the static link is only level 1 at the moment, so he got 21 damage. Not the most, and actually Pugna's just base damage is pretty damn high already. Of course, has an Null Talisman as well. But 73 plus 3 damage, that's really good if you're level 5 to be honest, and just don't have face boots or anything. Oh, but the Fisher on to play hard. Can they get the kill follow up the Fisher? The block isn't there. Skarath Mage actually starter stepped a little bit. Decrypt, Nether Blast, is it gonna hit? It's not gonna get the extra magic damage. Actually, Nether Blast will not even connect at all.
Oh man, that completely whiffed. And now coming back down, Razor, is he gonna do anything? Nope, just gonna go right back to last hitting. It's surprising the Razor is struggling so hard. I thought at least he'll be able to get some creeps with the Plasma Field, but things just hasn't been going his way at all. And Slicks, man, he's getting most of the runes as well. So it's a very good start for Team Immunity. Like already 2-0 on the board and leading in terms of last hits on both Ember Spirit as well as the Pugna.
Yeah, it's... To be honest, Slicks, what do you think he's gonna go for? Is he gonna go for Life Drain just to try to set up kills with the decrep, or just maxing out Nether Ward? But actually top lane we might see some action. Oh, Storm Spirit, this is not level 6 yet. Fisher, it comes out to the wrong side. It still might be enough. One more right click, no. Oh man, was this the ping coming into play here?
And down at bottom, we look at Balls. He's getting caught by all 3 players from Mineski, and he is being shackled up by the Shadow Shaman and quickly taken away by NMA.
Oh man, and Ember Spirit, he actually just hit level 6, literally just hit level 6, didn't even have time to leave a remnant behind, even if he wanted to. So, just 2 ganks happening at the same time, onto both spirits, yet one failed, man. Just that Fisher, 1 right click short of getting the finish. How unfortunate was that?
Yeah, indeed. Those were the life-saving Fishers I was telling you about, you know. I've seen so many of those. And Shatan, he doesn't seem like he's done. He's trying to chase down Mr. Dot. But no, it's not gonna happen. Storm Spirit, oh, he actually went for Arcane Boots. Is he gonna be starting to jungle?
Man, I guess he very well might at the moment.
Down at bottom, oh my god, Balls! He caught 2, and he's gonna take away the Skarath Mage. That was so quick. That's solo kill.
Did he triple remnant to it?
Yes, he did. He threw... I saw 2 remnant, but he just went in knowing that, like, man, that was a sick play. He went in on 2 supports, knowing that he could take him, and he almost had the double kill.
Well, as long as you have the Flame Guard activated from before, the Ancient Seal won't be as scary to you. I mean, Flame Guard is level 3 already. So, those risky plays playing out, and definitely just... completely, I mean, he died just like a minute before, half a minute maybe, but coming back strong. And the courier, I don't think it spotted Shatan. The Fisher about to come out. Razor, is he gonna get blocked at all? Shatan waiting for it. The Fisher is there, Nether Blast to follow. And that's such an easy kill to Slicks. Nether Blast was level 4.
Man, they didn't even
Stampede! Oh man, NMA, can he get the stun onto Shatan? Yes, the Hoofstomp connects. Double H, gonna be an easy kill. And Double H is so good against Nether Ward, no mana cost, but they're going still Play hard, gonna get slowed down by T-Crab. And JCY in the Roche pit. Godot, Slicks, they're not gonna check it.
Oh man, I thought they were really gonna chase it because as soon as Centaur turned on his ultimate, that was a pretty good chance. And a little bit of harassment coming up from Play Hard onto Godot, but nothing much is gonna happen. Nighttime vision, dude. 800 vision is pretty crappy.
Yeah, I mean, it's so sick sometimes you're like, oh, how did you not see him? But then, okay, nighttime, yeah, I get it. We need Night Stalker Aghanims, man.
Yeah, Night Stalker Aghanims. And down at bottom, we have another 3-man ready for balls. This Ember Spirit has really been left to himself. But he's been doing a good job, you know? Like, sure, he got killed one time, but then, holy crap, turns around and it's like, gets a kill in return.
By the way, looking at Joven up on the Storm Spirit, he went for Arcane Boots, now with Ring of Health as well. So, I think it's pretty clear that it's a Bloodstone in the making. Do you think it's a wise choice in a game like this, or just overall? Actually, Play Hard might be in trouble. Balls is gonna go for a TP to come in from Godot as well. Easy kill. Just 3 heroes there. Don't even need a Sprout or anything.
Wow, you got me thinking right there. I mean, do you remember the game we casted a while back? It was JD European. Oh, wait. Let's look at mid first.
Balls! Shearing Change, level 3 Slicks. Nether Blast follow up as well. Actually, couldn't T-Crab a little bit too late. Life Drain, one more right click balls. You can get it. Yes, Haste Rune just helps out there. I mean, I was a little bit surprised that they didn't T-Crab Nether Blast straight out for the extra damage, but they got the kill in the end.
Indeed, indeed. And now they might just get the mid tower. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 tower trade because Mineski already took the top tier 1. And nobody gets it. Nobody gets a last hit. But on the matter of Storm Spirit going for a Bloodstone, I find it okay. You remember the game where we witnessed a Storm Spirit getting a quick Bloodstone and then going for Dagon 5 and just zipping around, killing just about everyone on the map? It could happen.
No clue. Did we cast it together?
Oh crap, maybe I cast it with someone else.
Well, in any case, it definitely could work, and Bloodstone, I mean, Immunity, they don't have too many stuns for themselves. So if you just have the health pool and the mana pool to go crazy, especially the health pool, since if you get stunned once, you're probably still gonna be fine. Searing Chains might be annoying, but...
We're looking at a pretty fast smoke, but it's running out. Plenty of heroes down at bottom, 4 from Mineski, and all we have is this poor Ancient Apparition.
Oh, and mid lane, they got the kill on Razor once again, man. This Razor's just dying left and right at the moment. And co-commentary not working in Dota 2. I see you talking, and I see myself talking, so I have no clue why it's actually not working.
Oh, Dota 2 in-game is not working?
Yeah, man, I see you as you're talking, or at least your bubble is up.
I'll go for a quick relog. Alright, be right back then.
I'm not too sure which one of us he even means, but hopefully it can be fixed. I mean, I see that both of us are talking, so, or at least so.
I'm pretty sure it's me, because when I saw the bar in game, it seemed to be a little bit stuck. So, I'll be right back, Coucher.
Balls is gonna go for a play here. Skyref makes it only level 4, but no Searing Change, not enough mana on Balls. Little bit miscalculation, Godot gets the Sprout of Flame Guard, might be enough to Stampede is there, but the Sprout keeping him in place for long enough. Godot gonna get pulled in from Joven and Ember Spirit. He finally joins the fight. Can he get another kill? Shackles onto Ember Spirit, but the Fisher onto 3 enemy heroes. Nether Blast to 2. Now Chaco is there, but no mech on the Razor, of course, since he has died 3 times so far. Double Edge will finish up the Ember Spirit. A 2-for-2 exchange in the end. But it did favor Mineski, since they got 2 cores, the Ember Spirit and the Nature Prophet, whereas they only lost the Storm Spirit, and I do believe it was a Skyref Mage. So,
and I'm reconnecting right now, so just a little bit more patience.
Score, man, score. But 11 minutes into this game now, it's 9-4 in the favor of Immunity. Pagna, he does have a mech now as well, but since he went for Power Treads, even with a bottle, he can't sustain a push for too long. Just Nether Blast takes up too much. Fisher, lands on Play Hard. Ice Blast to follow, a little bit off with the timing though. So Skyref Mage will survive, but 11 minutes in, he is still only level 4, almost level 4.5. But, I mean, I was saying that they need those level 6s fast to just be able to fight. But Shadow Shaman has it, so...
Well, there's also another way to refill his bottle, and that's through the Nature's Prophet. When he TPs out from the fountain, Slicks can always quickly pass his bottle to Godot, and it will automatically refill. So I just don't know if they're going to be pulling this trick in this game.
Yeah, if they can do more or less the same with the Ember Spirit as well. Just Ember Spirit go back home and come back to Remnant.
That's for sure. So plenty of ways to refill bottles, and I'd like to see if they're gonna abuse it. That's 4 bottle charges you can use every time you go back to base and come right back.
Yeah, it's
Top-
something definitely
top
that
lane.
they should.
Oh my god, so NMA, he finds Goldar, turns on the ultimate, goes for a double edge, but Goldar is just gonna directly TP out, and he lives with 150 HP.
Holy crap, man. jDL3, even with the Stampede, a little bit too slow. Oh, that was hard. Life was hard, man.
Yep, and now that things are finally slowing down a little bit, it might be a good time to look at the golden XP graph. And it's not looking good for Mineski right now. Sitting at 12 minutes in, they are behind in terms of gold by around 5,000 and above. In terms of XP, they are behind by around 3,000.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Probably with this tier 1 tower now going down, it's gonna even escalate a little bit more for Immunity. And they're already pushing the tier 2 tower. Pauls is even joining the fight, although his podal isn't refilled. He can leave behind the Remnant and TP home if he wants to. Fill out Slicks' podal at the same time. Nature Prophet to join the fight. Necro level 1 is there as well, and they really want to go for it, but Pagana can only just use one more Nether Blast. That's about it, and there's no mech after that. But
Oh my
Ice
goodness.
Blast. Oh, the Fisher onto Storm Spirit as well. Can they get the follow-up balls? A little bit too late with the Remnants. And man, Storm
Man.
Spirit's so hard to just pin down.
You are just using every opportunity to pronounce the Ember Spirit's name, aren't you?
Of course, man.
And Balls at mid, he is trying to clear some of the Mass Serpent wards.
And
Yeah, it's
jDL3
taking a
actually,
little
it's the
bit of
second
time.
time he used those Mass Serpent Wars like that, and both times Paul has been the one to farm them up. And I may blink, Hoofstomp off target.
Man, that was pretty close. If Balls was a little bit slower, NMA might just have been able to get a kill. And let's see what's happening in terms of items right now. Well, Goldar, he's got his level 1 Necrobooks. And there's the mech, there's the drums. Seems like they're pretty much good to go. Maybe just need to get the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker, and that's not very far away. He just needs around 450 gold.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty fast one to be honest, considering he also has Arcane Boots and a Magic Stick on top of that. Although Playhard might be in trouble once against Shatan. Gonna go for the Fisher. I don't think it's gonna be a block. Ice Blast though will fly. He's gonna be fine. Actually, it doesn't even get hit by the Ice Blast. Balls will get himself a haste rune if he only had it a little bit sooner. But,
Yeah.
I mean, this Storm Spirit, he went for Power Trace now, finished it up before actually finishing up his Bloodstone. So Bloodstone will be delayed a little bit.
This is a lot of really odd item choices coming out from the Storm Spirit. What does it do for him, essentially? It just allows, all these items, essentially just allows him to farm a lot more. It doesn't increase his kill potentials. Sure, a little bit of mana, an extra 250. But he has no survivability right now. If he goes in, he'll probably end up dead.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard for him at the moment. Just because, yes, Perseverance is nice and all for the regeneration, but he's just focusing on his mana pool at the moment. He went for Arcane Boots first, so if he had something like a point booster maybe instead of the Perseverance, could go a little bit more aggressive into those fights. But 750 HP definitely isn't something to boast of. But mid lane, can they get some stuns? The Fisher just as he ball lightnings away. That timing, Ice Blast actually off target as well. The Searing Chains, they connect. If the Ice Blast had connected as well, I think Paul could have got an easy kill, but not to be.
Yeah, indeed. Right now, I'm kind of curious about Storm Spirit's items. Wouldn't you say if he went for, say, Orchid or BKB, both would have been a lot higher impact this game? And if we look at top, Pugna, he's in a lot of trouble, getting hexed up. And where's the Stampede? And he's getting shackled up. Everyone's coming in. The Fisher comes in too late. And the Pugna's already dead.
Yeah, Earthshaker, I was totally expecting him to just Arcane Woods run in, Echo Slam as well. The Sprout actually goes out, the Ice Blast to fly Checo. Can he TP out in time? No, he cannot. Echo Slam committed. And Ice Blast, it killed off the Shadow Shaman as well. So in the end, it was a 2-for-1 exchange. As enemy, he can TP out. But Immunity just striking back. This Earthshaker just doing work.
Oh man, this game, Immunity came in totally prepared. They played a beautiful early game. Basically, everything went their way, except for maybe the top lane. Furion struggled a little bit more, but mid lane was completely dominant. And Mineski, the offensive trialing, didn't even work out properly against the Ember Spirit.
Oh man, so at the moment 11 to 5, 16 minutes in, Mineski, they're in an extremely bad situation. I mean, Storm Spirit is quite a snowball focused hero. If you just don't get a really good early start, you might be kind of useless throughout the entire game. He has a decent amount of farm, but it just doesn't compare up to that what Immunity has.
Indeed, and as Mineski are losing more and more towers, they're losing tons of map control. I wouldn't be surprised if, say, Immunity buys up a gem soon, just so that they can de-ward every single ward, have the complete access to the opponent's jungles. But this might come after all the tier 2s are gone. And in terms of tier 2s, the bottom tier 2, which is essential for Mineski to be able to hold on to Roshan, is no longer present. The saving grace, however, is Immunity. Their lineup is not really catered to taking Rosh very fast.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I guess they can do it a little bit more safe than Mineski. Although Mineski can do it faster when they use the Mass Serpent Wards for it. And oh, we do see a pipe in the making at the moment. I think it is the... Yeah, Centaur gonna go for it. So I like his item pickup. He has the Hood now finished. Needs about another 1.3k gold to finish it up altogether. But actually, NMA overall 4-1-0. I mean, this Centaur has been doing pretty damn well.
Yep, indeed. And if we look at bottom, there are two supports smoked up. Jesse, Vash, and Playhard. Will they be able to find balls? He gets hexed up. He eats the entire combo from all three heroes. And he drops like a fly.
Yeah, man, Joven, he just pole lighting him from a pretty long distance to get the kill. But Ice Blast, man, Joven now so low on mana. Mass Serpent Wards, they were under the tower, but actually the tower had a really long time to focus on the Mass Serpent Wards themselves, which are now going to be farmed up unless shut on the Fisher they catch Jesse Vash. So, actually they got Storm Spirit as well, Nature Prophet making sure of that. Necro level 3 already active. But mid lane, they're going to go and risk one more right click, anything enemy. He gets slowed down by the Ice Vortex. Actually blinks through a little bit over him, but gets the double edge in the end anyway, so... Just lots of kills everywhere, although he's still slowed down Godot. He's gonna get the Sprout as well. I don't know if he has enough damage still to bring down NMA. Centaur is a pretty tanky beast after all.
Yeah, Centaur, this hero is... Man, there's not much to say about him. But this mech on Jackal is so delayed. Picking it up at 18 minutes and a half. I mean, this is definitely not what you want. I mean, if we look at mid, Jackal's in a lot of trouble. Getting... Seeing chained up by the Emperor Spirit. Oh man, I lost for words. I almost started talking in Chinese because I'm so used to it now.
Man, I just love that oops in the middle of it.
Yeah, because Chinese words almost came out of the blue.
Yeah, sometimes I throw in some Estonian words every now and then. It's not like I speak that much Estonian since well, when I speak to my family it's Estonian, but I don't speak to anybody else almost. So it's mostly English for casting, but it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, the oops moments.
UPS.
And
UPS.
Alright, to get rid of the awkwardness, let's take a look at the gold and XP graph. We're almost 20 minutes into the game, and the lead has been extended by Immunity to almost 10,000 in terms of gold. In XP, well, it's actually a lot less than I expected. It's only sitting right above 4,000 net worth. Yes, not net worth. Yeah.
Mineski, they are definitely not out of this game by any means. I mean, Immunity... They are just... They have the better push lineup, and since they got their lineup online a little bit earlier thanks to the earlier kills, Mineski is just having some trouble in stopping it, but looks like they want to go in. Enemy has the blink, they have the stampede as well, they're gonna get the hoof stop onto Slicks, Mystic Fair to follow, easy kill, Mass Serpent Wards down. Ice Blast actually connects onto 2 Checo, he gets blown up. What, 4 heroes down already, and Choban, he's the only one to run away. How did this happen?
Man,
were Mineski initiating?
Oh man, they initiated, but the Nether Ward and just a bunch of global AoE skills, too much damage. Can't handle it. Really, Mineski just couldn't handle it. The mech was not even used.
And Razer just down too fast. Of course, the hoof stomp, it did only hit Slick, so if you focus everything on one target, the other 4 can just completely roam around freely in the fight. And the thing is that the hoof stomp, it was so close to hitting that secondary target as well, but it's Nether Ward. I feel like Skyrim Mage kind of killed himself there then.
Yeah, definitely. Man, it just sucks to be a Skyrim Mage when there's a Pugna on another team. It's like no matter what you do, you're just gonna lose all your HP as soon as you start using your ultimate. That's how ridiculous it is. And same with Shadow Shaman. If you want to put down those Mass Serpent Wards, well, you gotta be ready to take a lot of damage.
Oh wow, this fight just Nether Ward, the Pugna. I guess it was a pretty damn brilliant pick, and even he has a Necro level 3 actually now finished, so double Necro 3. Their push is extremely strong and risk. He's only 1 piece short of getting his Aghanim Scepter finished. Ember Spirit has himself the first Battle Fury as well now. Isn't the fastest one by any means, 21 minutes in, but a good enough timing, especially considering that the Nature Prophet and Pugna They just have so much farm. Nature Prophet, 4k gold.
Oh, oh, Centaur, you're gonna make a run for it because everybody from Immunity is here except for the Nature's Prophet. And looking at top, this Storm Spirit, is he gonna get caught? He gets fished up and instantly popped. No time to even say what was happening. That was how quick he died. And the Bloodstone. He gets it and he loses his charges.
At least he spawns faster now. So he's back up already if they want to defend, although I'm not too sure if they want to risk defending tier 2s at this point in time. Because if they lose the tier 2, just suddenly double Necrobook and tier 3 and Rax are in just huge amounts of danger. So Pipe is finished on NMA, so that's definitely good for their team overall, for Mineski. I'm not too sure if it's gonna help too much. They have to make sure to just kind of try to play around the Nether Ward now.
Oh man, now that we have the Nether Ward and double Necrobook 3 is coming in, chipping at this tower. Who's gonna be going up and clearing those Necrobooks? Oh, this is just a little too much for Mineski to handle right now.
Pipe already as well. I'm not too sure if it was a misclick, but they didn't go in with the pipe. So it's gonna make it that much harder. Oh, Sleight of Fist stops the blink from NMA as well. Tier 3 down for virtually nothing. The blink, hoof stomp just onto the creeps, plasma field to follow. But is this gonna be enough? I'm not too convinced of it.
Me neither. It looks like this will be a tier 3. Please prove me wrong, Mineski. I just want to see I want to see a little effort in defending.
Stun onto Slicks, they're gonna go in Joven. Actually, no stuns to follow up. Mech is there, Mass Serpent was used as well. Everybody's there. Oh, Life Drain up onto NMA. Slicks though will finally go down. Joven helps out a little bit, but stuns onto the center. He goes down 1 for 1. But it's not too bad for Mineski. They are holding on. Melee Rax, of course, will regen up as well if Immunity don't finish them up.
Man, and right now, wow, play hard. Once again, he gets chain comboed instantly to death. In Immunity, they're probably going to wait out the Mass Serpent wards. Or, in fact, they're actually going to retreat. Might as well wait for the next set of items, because if we look at the later portions of the game, with the kind of lead they have, they can start out the wall of attrition to slowly starve out Mineski. Sure, you can high ground defend, but what if we don't push in? Where's your opening?
Oh man, this... A little bit from Immunity. If they don't go soon enough now, the melee Rax might just be full health when they go next time again. Maybe just put a focused range Rax. Although, with the way things started, they definitely felt confident enough in their ability to just take Rax without having to back off. So, in the end, I don't think it will hurt them too much, not getting any single Rax at this time. And wow, balls, he finds himself a double damage rune. And double damage Ember is a scary thing.
Indeed, but right now it doesn't seem like they're going for a push. I would very much like to see Immunity just try and maybe get a gank going and then potentially taking the Roshan, because this Pugna, he needs the 2 lives. Every single fight we see, he gets focus fire first. And Slicks, if his Pugna's not in the fight, he can't use the mech, he can't use the Necrobooks, and there's no Nether Ward. And that's gonna take a toll on Immunity when they choose a team fight.
Man, look at what Godot got himself. Nature's Prophet Desolator.
Oh, even more power to take down Raxes.
Man, I just love this pickup, to be honest. So his right click actually hurts as well. Plus, of course, minus armor will help balls do a pretty nice amount of damage. But Mass Serpent burst down Roshan. I think he's gonna get checked by Immunity. Oh, this is so bad for Mineski. Chessy, he has a blink there, just coming off cooldown. But there's the Fissure onto 3 enemy heroes. Ice Blast to follow, Echo Slam as well. They just get absolutely decimated. Thanks for the kills, thanks for the Mass Serpent ward farm, and thank you for Roshan.
Man, I can't even express just how unlucky Mineski is, or like just how good Immunity's map awareness
They didn't have any vision either here, like, there's no gradient vision.
They just noticed, hey, people are missing on the map, where they go? I mean, the obvious place would be Roshan, so they decided to check it out. And, wow, they caught Mineski off guard for sure. The Fissure hit 3, Ice Blast, Ember Spirit coming in, Pugna with the Nether Blast. Man, perfect. Everything you could possibly ask for.
They should have had one guy on just semi-zoning the ulti or something. I mean, how can you go Roche without any vision there? I mean, how could Earthshaker come in so close that he can get a Fissure plus a Blink Echo Slam after that straight away? Something should have damaged him by them. Something should have stopped or tried to stop the initiation from Immunity. But not to be, and now suddenly Necrobooks are out. They're gonna go for Rax, and this time around, Mineski, they're not gonna be able to stop them in time. Maybe they can get a few straggling kills, but this Roshan was just... I understand Mineski trying to go for it, just do or die. They are so far behind as it is, but this just kind of maybe broke their necks.
Yeah, that Roche fight really just completely broke the spirits to fight. Not only is there 2 lives on the Ember Spirit now. Oh wow, NMA gets caught and he's gonna get sprouted, but the Fissure pushes him out. Man, we almost just witnessed another life-saving Fissure.
Almost, but not quite. I mean, Immunity, they had enough follow-up this time around. Necrobooks are still on cooldown, of course. Actually, never mind Slicks. He has his if need be. Oh my god, this... How does Mineski defend? Especially without NMA, without the Centaur, the Pipe, the Stampede. I don't think they actually can. They can delay this. But stopping it is a just whole different matter.
Yeah, Mineski, they can't afford to fight right now. Jacko, he's gonna eat the full Ice Blast. And Dot Dot, he runs in with his Soul Spirit, but he is forced to retreat. And he gets caught by Balls, but Balls getting silenced up. Is anything gonna happen to him? Wow, he's taking a lot of damage, and the Mystic Flare clears out the Aegis of Immortal, but he's just gonna respawn for a second time around.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate the Balls died, but he had an Aegis. He had just good reason to go as aggressive as he did at the moment, and we're 28 minutes in now. Mineski, they're gonna be double racks behind, and JC blinks in Nether Shock, but doesn't do any good. And Balls, he wants to go for it, doesn't get the Searing Chains combo.
Man, those Sleight of Fists just cutting the supports like paper. We saw Jesse Vash. Oh, and here's the Ice Blast.
Whew.
What a quick blink.
So close, but suddenly now Slicks, he has himself a Aghanim Scepter finished up. Godot will have a Sheepstick soon enough in about 800 gold. Balls, looking towards the Daedalus, gonna have the Demon Edge in, actually sold a Magic Wand I think it was. So they're just miles ahead of Mineski. I mean, 22,000 gold, 15,000 XP. I think this might be at the point of no return.
Man, indeed. And this is just something I want to throw out there. Balls, I really expected him to get Eye of Scotty, because that's 4 balls right there.
It could have been awesome to be honest, but there's a smoke from Mineski. Oh, actually counter smoke from Immunity. Smoke into smoke and nobody breaks the others. I was pretty sure that first of all Immunity is going to break the smoke of Mineski and their own smoke is going to get broken immediately, but not to be. They just run past each other.
Man, and now we have the Treants trying to scout out where Mineski are. Is it going to do the work? Yes, indeed. Well, Nighttime Vision, hello? All Mineski players are hidden from the Treants. Oh man, right now Razor...
Great Treants here.
Oh my goodness, that would be the most awkward thing ever.
But they go in, Jake, gonna get Echo Slammed, life drained to death. He can't even just zip away anymore. Of course, Play Hard, he went down almost immediately, just Ice Blast, a couple of Desolator right clicks, and they have buybacks. That's the important part, but Slick's gonna get stunned up, Stampede used as well, but Slick's, he's tanky enough. Shatan gonna come in, and that's GG called Immunity. They just kind of stomped over Mineski here.
Yeah, Mineski, they realized the game was over. Probably from that Roche fight. I mean, that was like the point of no return, like you said. But Immunity, I'm thoroughly impressed with what they've shown today.
Yeah, just extremely well played at the moment. So this is a 2-game series though, after all. Mineski, they definitely have a chance to tie up the series, just get a 1-1 draw by the end of it. But Immunity, if they play like this, there's just no stopping them, it looks like. And of course, just the kind of draft that they had, the semi-death ball. If you don't stop it early, you might not be able to stop it at all. But guys, we're gonna head into game number 2. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching us, just supporting HeflaTV as well as Join Dota, Team Immunity and Team Mineski. So if you want to support us further, you can follow us on this channel as well as our other English channels and our social media. All the necessary links are below the stream, but this is gonna be it for game 1. See you in game 2, guys.